I'm Abigail, 30. Standing in the courthouse hallway after the sentencing hearing, I stared at my sister, Lily, who looked older and more worn out than I remembered. She said she was sorry, genuinely sorry for stealing my life savings. But the pain and betrayal from that fateful Christmas still lingered. Let me take you back to that day. I had always been the responsible one in my family. My parents, Henry and Victoria, lived in a small town, and money was often tight. I worked hard through college, juggling part-time jobs while studying finance. After graduation, I landed a good job at a local bank, which allowed me to buy the family home for my parents 2 years ago. It was filled with memories, and I was proud to provide them with stability. My sister, Lily, 27, was the opposite. She flitted from one job to another, never staying long enough to make a real commitment. Mom, Victoria, always made excuses for her, saying she was still finding her way. When I struggled in high school with advanced math, I was told to work harder. But when Lily couldn't hold down a job, it was always someone else's fault. I had been saving for years. After 5 years of careful budgeting, skipping vacations, and saying no to expensive dinners, I had saved $20,000. That money represented my future, maybe a down payment on a bigger house, or a safety net for emergencies. My old car was on its last legs, and I had been researching new models, dreaming of the day I could drive something reliable. That Christmas morning started like a dream. I woke up at 6 a.m. and began preparing the most wonderful Christmas dinner. I had planned this meal for weeks, shopping for the best ingredients and watching cooking shows to perfect every dish. The turkey was a magnificent 20-pounder that I had brined for 2 days. The house smelled of cinnamon and love, and I was excited to host my family. Around 2 p.m., everyone started arriving. Dad, Henry, brought a bottle of fine wine he had saved for a special occasion, and Mom carried her famous cherry pie. Lily showed up half an hour later with her new boyfriend, Ethan, a 32-year-old with a charming smile but a look in his eyes that made me uneasy. He mentioned he was between projects, which I knew meant he was unemployed. The dinner started well. Everyone praised the turkey, which was perfectly cooked. But as we ate, I noticed strange things. Lily and Mom kept exchanging secret glances across the table. When I asked about it, they just laughed it off. Then Lily started asking about my online banking. She said she was thinking of switching banks and wanted my advice. Mom backed her up, saying Lily was trying to be more responsible with money. Later, Lily asked to use my laptop to show us photos from her recent trip to Miami. I told her it was in my bedroom. She was gone for about 20 minutes. When she came back, she seemed more relaxed, and Ethan looked less tense. They left in a hurry, saying they had plans to visit Ethan's family. After everyone left, I cleaned up the kitchen and then checked my bank account, as I always did at the end of the month. To my horror, my savings account, which should have had $20,000, was empty. I thought it was a glitch at first. I tried everything, closing and reopening the app, logging out and back in, even restarted my phone. But the balance remained zero. I checked the transaction history and saw that $20,000 had been transferred to Lily's account at 3:30 p.m., right during our dinner. I was in shock. Lily didn't have access to my banking information. But then I remembered her time with my laptop. I always saved my passwords in the browser for convenience. It was clear she had used it to transfer the money. I called the bank's emergency line, and they confirmed the transaction was legitimate. It was authorized from my computer using my credentials. I tried calling Lily and Mom, but neither answered. I was devastated. I realized this had been planned. The strange questions, the secret glances, it was all part of their scheme. I drove to my parents' house that night. Mom answered the door, and her expression told me she had been expecting me. I showed her my bank account on my phone. Dad was shocked, but Mom defended Lily. She said Lily needed the money because Ethan had gambling debts and they were in danger. She said I had a good job and could save the money again. I was furious. I demanded my money back. Mom said Lily had already used most of it. She told me I was being selfish and that families should help each other. Dad was caught in the middle, not knowing what to do. I called Lily, and she answered. She tried to make excuses, saying it was a temporary loan and she would pay me back. But I knew it was theft. Mom took the phone and tried to calm me down, saying we should talk it out. Then Lily dropped a bombshell. She said she was pregnant. Mom immediately hugged her and said this changed everything. Lily needed stability and security. I felt like I was in a nightmare. I was supposed to just let go of my savings for Ethan's gambling debts and an unborn child. I couldn't take it anymore. I decided to call the police. Mom shouted that I was destroying the family, and Lily cried hysterically. But I had reached my limit. I reported the theft to the police. The police arrived quickly. They separated us to get statements. I provided them with all the evidence, screenshots of the transaction, the timeline, everything. After interviewing everyone, they determined that Lily had accessed my account without permission, which was identity theft and wire fraud, both felonies. Lily was arrested. Mom was heartbroken, blaming me for ruining the family. Dad tried to mediate, but I was done with compromises. Lily needed to face the consequences. Over the next few months, the legal process was long and difficult. Lily was released on bail, but she was formally charged. Most of my extended family sided with Lily, saying I had overreacted. They didn't understand that it wasn't just about the money. It was about trust and respect. 3 weeks after the theft, Lily called me. She was sobbing and admitted she had lied about being pregnant. Ethan had left her as soon as he realized the money situation was complicated. She said she was sorry and that the guilt was eating her alive. I was angry and sad at the same time. She had not only stolen my money, but also manipulated our family's emotions. The legal proceedings continued, and eventually, Lily's lawyer negotiated a plea deal. She got 5 years of probation, 400 hours of community service, and had to pay back the full amount. During the sentencing hearing, Lily apologized to me in court. It was the first time she took full responsibility. After the hearing, she approached me in the hallway, saying she hoped we could be sisters again someday. My relationship with my parents was strained. Mom still thought I was too harsh, but Dad understood I had been wronged. Slowly, some of my extended family started to see my side, especially after they learned about Lily's lies. I started seeing a therapist who helped me understand that setting boundaries was not selfish. I learned that I had the right to protect myself. With the support of my friends and co-workers, I focused on my career. I got a promotion within a year and was able to rebuild my savings. About a year and a half after the sentencing, I reconnected with Lily. She had completed most of her community service and found a stable job at a local charity. She said her work there had made her understand the importance of respect and boundaries. Our relationship will never be the same, but we are slowly rebuilding it. Mom and I have also found a new balance, with clearer boundaries. This whole experience taught me that loving someone doesn't mean tolerating abuse. True family members respect your rights and support your well-being.